Hey guys, so I'm just gonna in this video show you a couple of lead exercises that you can do. There's just a couple exercises by these guys and some helpful tips that I've heard from professionals and just in general. So here's the first exercise. It's called Playing to Double High C by Frank Miniar, and this is the first exercise, just a slurring. And I'll do that for you right now. Just go. And it goes all the way back up to open. And that's just his first warm-up exercise. And then it says also at the bottom of the page, rest for 1 minute. Which is very important in this exercise because it's important to rest as much as you play. So that's the really important thing. The next exercise really helps you it helped me a lot with the shakes, getting that just really nice wah shake sound. And I can even still work on it more. You just go in between each note, up and down, but you gotta notice how it says after a couple times, rest for 20 seconds, and it goes throughout that whole thing. Rest for 20 seconds, rest for a minute, and that's really important to do, or else you just bust your chops and you just won't be able to do the whole exercise. It goes. See, I haven't done it for a while, but I need to work on it a little bit more. But you want to focus more on moving your jaw instead of your lips, like move your jaw more than you're moving your lips. So that's the next exercise, and he just goes and does a bunch of them until the end where he's just on a C. And then you just do that. So that will especially help with just shakes and getting those really good. The third exercise is scales, just going up in half steps. So that's pretty easy. Then you rest in between, take a 20-second break, and finish it out. So that's easy. I don't need to do that one. And the fourth exercise is chromatics, just getting it really consistent and just smooth. And you notice how he's resting in between. Rest, rest, rest. It's really important to rest. He really emphasized it when he was warming up. So you just do that, do it a couple times, relax, and go to the next one. So the final exercise and drill, it's octave drills. So if you can see, it says rest in between each octave drill 20 seconds, and then at the bottom rest for 3 minutes before going on. And he goes until he's hitting a double A and double F over here. You just keep going, I guess, until you can't go any higher. So, and you can just kind of slur to each one. Just kind of go. And what I generally focus on is trying to get my notes loud and fat, like Maynard Ferguson or Wayne Bergeron. Just get my sound really out there and project it. So just try and have people just just kind of plaster them against the wall, the back wall, until you just can try and get to double C or go on. And so even I can still kind of work on getting that fat sound that I want. And so it all depends on you and what you want for your sound. So that's the first exercise. And another thing that I've found helpful just looking up on the internet is this thing called the basics of lead trumpet, and it goes through like phrasing kind of, and like what you need, what to work on, and how to sound, and just how to be confident in using your air. And it goes through just like a bunch of different styles and like how you should be playing lead trumpet, not just like high notes, but like turns and all that, turns and shakes and duets and whatnot. That's really helpful. Another thing, I emailed Bobby Shue, and he responded back actually and told me this warm up that he has. He first, step one, he flutters his lips back and forth, like just like, kind of looks funny on camera, but it doesn't in real life. So like that's his first step, just kind of getting his lips full of blood. And then he does lip buzzing, just like kind of in the middle, like register, like just kind of getting that setting. Then he does his mouthpiece buzzing. And then the fourth step, it says add the trumpet to the mouthpiece and play up and down the G major scale in the staff until you have a good control of the octave, and just like get ready for that. And then he says play music after that instead of just scales and arpeggios. So that's what he says anyway. And so yeah, so that's a lot. That's helped me quite a bit on like just getting it really a solid lead sound, the solid lead sound that I want. And like just I do that, and I don't know, I've done it. You just got to do it every day, maybe even twice a day, once in the morning, one at night, and stuff. And then the last thing that's really helped me is actually the same thing with Bobby Shue. It's called wedge breathing. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's like it's helped me probably the most, because it just helps get this nice compression. And so how do you, yeah, okay, so the first step is you extend your stomach out a little bit while breathing in air, kind of comes out a little bit. And then the second part is to bring your stomach in towards your spine, and that creates the wedge. And well, you're still breathing in air, so go. And then the next step is to lift your shoulders up, which you've been taught not to do, but in the end, before you finish, you'll put the shoulders down so you're playing naturally. So you want to lift your shoulders while still breathing in air. So, and once you can't bring in any more air, you lower your shoulders, and then you have this nice wedge, and like have a lot of compressed air to be able to play just with a sweet sound. So like, and that, he says to do wedge breathing every day for like 60 wedge breaths a day for like 30 days, and you'll be able to get it. So that's what's really helped me. And also, one last thing, you want to there's different mouthpieces. Everybody says you need a lead mouthpiece to play high stuff, but you can still use like a 3C. I have this other mouthpiece, and then I have my lead mouthpiece, which I was just using. But if I take the 3C, I should still be able to play the high notes, but it doesn't have the sound that I want, like a lead sound that I want. You know, it doesn't sound, for me, it doesn't sound as good playing on a 3C, but I like my mouthpiece better. I have a Wayne Bergeron GR mouthpiece, which is really nice. I really like it. For me, it's just easier, And so yeah, any mouthpiece would be good. And also this one last trick that I learned actually just this past week is a friend said he tries this thing where he just has a push-up mouthpiece, a push-up mouthpiece that has like resistance and it's like harder to play all this high stuff. And then once you change to your lead mouthpiece, it's like really easy. So like, kind of there. Like it's harder to do. It requires much more air and stuff. But then when I change to my lead mouthpiece. Anyway, so that's just a couple tricks for you to try out, and hopefully that helps. So thanks.